Fire extinguishers. A fire extinguisher is an active fire protection device used to extinguish or control small fires, often in emergency situations. Typically, a fire extinguisher consists of a hand-held cylindrical pressure vessel containing an agent which can be discharged to extinguish a fire. The modern fire extinguisher was invented by British Captain George William Manby in 1818. Fire is the result of a chemical combustion reaction, typically a reaction between oxygen in the atmosphere and some sort of fuel. There are three essential elements involved in producing fire: heat, oxygen, and fuel. To put a fire out, you need to effectively remove one of these elements. Fire extinguishers are designed to remove at least one of these elements so that a fire will die out. A fire extinguisher is quite like a giant aerosol can, often with two different substances inside. One of them is a solid, liquid, or gas substance for fighting the fire. The other one is called a propellant and is a pressurized chemical that makes the firefighting substance come out when you press the extinguisher handle. When you depress a lever at the top of the cylinder, the material is expelled by high pressure. Inside an extinguisher, a plastic siphon tube leads from the bottom of the fire suppressant reservoir to the top of the extinguisher. A spring-mounted valve blocks the passageway from the siphon to the nozzle. At the top of the cylinder, there is a small cylinder filled with compressed gas, liquid carbon dioxide, for example. A release valve keeps the compressed gas from escaping. To use the extinguisher, you pull out the safety pin and depress the operating lever. The lever pushes on an actuating rod which presses the spring-mounted valve down to open up the passage to the nozzle. The bottom of the actuating rod has a sharp point which pierces the gas cylinder release valve. The compressed gas escapes, applying downward pressure on the fire suppressant material. This drives the material up the siphon and out the nozzle with considerable force. The proper way to use the extinguisher is to aim it directly at the fuel rather than the flames themselves and move the stream with a sweeping motion. There are three main types of extinguisher and they work in slightly different ways: water extinguishers, dry chemical extinguishers, and carbon dioxide extinguishers. It's important always to use the right extinguisher for the fire. Using the wrong extinguisher can put your life in danger and make the fire worse. For example, you must never use water extinguishers on electrical fires because you could electrocute yourself and the people nearby.